My child, do not squander what I am about to entrust to you. Treasure every drop of grace, every opening of the way, every opportunity I lay before you, for each is the fruit of my love, my patience, and the divine plan I have carried in my heart from eternity. I see what your eyes cannot. I know dangers your ears have yet to hear. The enemy knows you are chosen, and because of this, he will relentlessly sow seeds of doubt, fear, and distraction in your heart. He knows you stand at the threshold of a new season and a new mission, and he will stop at nothing to turn you back before you step into the fullness of what I have prepared. But do not be afraid. My child, do not let the winds of doubt sweep away your faith, nor let the darkness cause you to forget the light I have placed within you. I have equipped you with all you need to stand firm. In your hand is the sword of my word. Upon your head is the crown of salvation's glory, and within your heart is my living spirit, guiding and sustaining you. You are not alone in this battle. You are not abandoned in the wilderness of trials. You have me, the Almighty, who goes before you, fights for you, and shelters you beneath the shadow of my wings. Be bold in walking in the truth. Do not let fear silence you. You were not made to hide among the crowds, but to rise and proclaim my power. Declare my word with courage. Speak forth the promises I have placed within your heart. For your voice is not in vain. It echoes in the heavens and shakes the realm of spirits. When you open your mouth to speak life, truth, and light, you partner with me in transforming the world. Do you not know, my child, that every time you declare my word, light is ignited in the midst of darkness? Every truth you utter is a hammer striking the fortress of deception. When your voice becomes one with mine, mountains are moved, chains are broken, and the strongholds of the enemy collapse. The harmony between your heart and mine creates a resonance of power that darkness cannot withstand. Therefore, my child, stand firm in the truth. Keep your heart pure, and do not let the clamor of this world distract your soul. You were not created to live a life of mediocrity, but to be a witness to my greatness in this generation. The blessing you are about to receive is not just to satisfy you, but to testify to the world that I am the faithful God who never forgets his word. And you, yes, you will be the living evidence, the light in the darkness, the anointed one called to declare the year of my favor. But remember this, a blessing without vigilance can become a burden. Success without humility can turn into a trap. The enemy will not relent just because I have chosen you. On the contrary, he will intensify his attack, for he knows the treasure your soul carries. That is why you must guard your heart like a watchman guards the city at night. Live with alertness and integrity of heart. Do not let idle whispers, temptations, or fleeting disappointments pull you off the path I have ordained. My precious child, this is a pivotal moment. This is the season in which I am setting you apart from the noise to draw you into holy consecration. This is the time for your voice to rise, not to gain attention from man, but so that heaven hears and hell trembles. This is the hour of obedience, of preparation, of declaring with all the faith you can muster, for what is coming is not ordinary. What I am about to do in your life will surpass all your understanding, all your limits, all you've ever imagined. And when it happens, you will know it is not because you were capable, but because you were faithful with what I placed in your hands. So rise up, my child. Guard your heart. Proclaim my word. And remember, when you move in agreement with me, All of heaven and earth will shift. You need not be afraid, for I am with you today, tomorrow, and forever. My beloved child, in this moment, I am calling you not to return to the familiar paths, nor to avoid the hardships of the past, but to lift your head and step into a higher place in your spiritual journey. I know your heart has grown weary many times. I have seen your eyes wet with tears. Your soul has wandered in the shadows of doubt. But this is not the time to retreat, nor the moment to question, my goodness. This is the hour for you to stand firm on the feet of faith, to let my light blaze from the depths of your soul and shine into a world wounded by lies and pain. I have called you not because you are strong, but because I desire that my power be revealed most gloriously in your weakest place. I have chosen you not for your perfection, but for your willingness to obey. I have marked this moment in your life not as a random milestone, but as a sacred appointment between you and me, a divine encounter where your spiritual destiny awakens and your life's purpose is revealed in the light of eternity. Do not let your heart lose courage because of the seemingly barren days, the trials with no exit, or the unanswered questions. For every hardship you faced this past year was not meaningless, nor a condemnation, but the loving hands of your Father molding you. Just as fire does not destroy gold, but purifies it, and training does not kill the soldier, but forges the warrior, so too have your pains, failure, and falls been shaping in you a new strength, the strength of one who is called, of one who bears the glory of the Father. You do not know that in every night you wept in silence. I was there, sitting beside you, counting each tear. You do not realize that in every desperate cry, I was listening not just with ears, but with my heart full of compassion. Not one prayer of yours has fallen into the void. Not one moment of pain has been forgotten. Each second, I have preserved, transformed, and used to mold you into a new vessel, not a mere ornament, but a carrier of my life, my hope, and my power. My beloved, I did not create you to live a dull existence in the world. You were born to shine not by the standards of men, but by the remembrance of heaven. I did not call you out of darkness for you to hide again in the safety of shadows. No, I am calling you to rise higher, deeper, wider. This is the time for you to open your mouth and declare my glory. This is the moment for your hands to heal, for your words to uplift, and for your faith to break the chains within you and in those I place along your path. The choice I made for you, my child, was never random. It is a part of the eternal plan I designed before you were ever formed in your mother's womb. Everything that has passed, whether joyful or painful, was never outside of my providence. I have used even what seemed like ruin to teach you the meaning of true life. I have used even your moments of collapse to show you how to rise again with strength from above. And now I tell you, it is time for you to enter a new harvest season not by your own strength, but by the power of the one who chose you, who loves you, and who will never forsake you. Believe that all you have gone through is working together for a greater purpose. Nothing is wasted in my hands. Even the scars you carry will become testimonies of my healing power. You will no longer live as the wounded, but as one who carries the living proof that there is a God who loves, who sees, who hears, and who restores. My beloved child, you are called to do more than you ever imagined. You were not destined to live an ordinary life, but a spiritual life, a life with a voice, with influence, and with divine purpose. Do not let fear pull you back when my arms are open, inviting you to step into higher places. Those places are not for personal glory alone, but for the unity between you and me, so that through you, my glory may be revealed to a world that is thirsty for truth and love. And as you go through fire, through water, or through shadow, remember that I go before you. I lift you up, and I protect you. You do not walk alone, for I have chosen you. And when I choose, I also provide. When I call, I also walk with you. When I send, I also empower. So, my child, do not hesitate any longer. My precious one, in this world where light and darkness intertwine, where truth and lies mingle, where your heart is easily stirred by what you see and hear, I urgently call you to hold firmly to one indispensable truth on the journey of faith: absolute trust in me. Faith, my child, is not a fleeting emotion in moments of excitement, nor is it mere compliance when everything goes your way. Faith is the anchor in the stormy seas of life, the staff of the pilgrim crossing the desolate wilderness, the tiny flame that keeps burning in the cold of night. Faith is trusting in me even when nothing ahead is clear to your eyes. Understand that faith is not simply acknowledging my existence. True faith is choosing to walk with me even when your eyes see no result, your ears hear no confirmation, and your mind is filled with unanswered questions. Faith is standing firm in my promises amid a multitude of denying voices. Faith is opening your heart to believe that I am moving in silence, preparing what is good, guiding your every step, even if all your eyes can see is fog. Every time you walk by faith, you are showing true courage, not human bravery, but the strength that comes from knowing I am always there, beside you, ahead of you, and waiting for you at the end of the road. But for your faith to remain unshaken, you must be deeply rooted in my word. You cannot live by fleeting emotions, nor can you withstand temptation, confusion, or chaos by your own willpower. My word is the anchor that holds you in the storm, the sharp sword that helps you discern right from wrong, and the shield that protects you from the invisible arrows of the enemy. In this new season, there will be voices that sound right but lead you astray. There will be disguises cloaked in holiness to deceive your mind. There will be outcries that shake your soul and leave you lost. But, my child, my word never changes. It is the light to your feet, the eternal truth that transcends every era. Meditate on my word daily, so it may saturate every cell of your soul, becoming your compass, your life breath, your unshakable foundation. When you engrave my word on the tablet of your heart, you will not be easily swept away by the whirlwind of doubt. You will know how to discern which voice brings life and which comes from darkness. My word will reveal the true nature of all things, what is genuine truth and what is but a cleverly veiled illusion. When you let my word become a living part of you, even as you walk through the valley of shadow, you will no longer fear, because the light within you will never go out. And my child, there is one thing above all that I want you never to forget: gratitude. Gratitude is not merely an emotional reaction, but a sacred posture of the soul. Gratitude opens your heart to miracles. When you are grateful, you are telling me that you trust my sovereignty not only in what you understand, but also in what you cannot yet see, cannot yet know, and cannot yet explain. When you give thanks not only for what is good, but also for the hardships I have used to help you grow, then you are stepping into a deeper dimension of trust. Gratitude is looking at lack through eyes full of hope. Gratitude is realizing that you are still alive, still loved, still called by name, which means the story is not over. When you nurture gratitude, you will no longer live in complaint, resentment, or envy, but you will see life as a gift, regardless of what form the gift takes. You will open it with reverence and joy. It is gratitude that will carry you through trials without losing the sweetness of your soul. It is gratitude that will help you see the hidden miracles in seemingly ordinary things. And it is gratitude that will open new doors within you, not only so you may receive more, but so you may cherish, protect, and multiply all that I have already given you. My beloved child, right now, as you stand at the edge of a breakthrough season, a season where I will begin to unfold things you only dared to whisper in your prayers, pause and give thanks. Give thanks for what I have already done for my preservation, my protection, my provision. Give thanks for what I am doing now in silence, in the unseen, in the smallest interchanges, and give thanks for what I am about to do even if you do not yet see it. Trust that it is on its way, for gratitude will lift you above every limit, will soften your heart to receive more, and will turn your life into a vessel overflowing with light. Therefore, my child, hold fast to faith. Be deeply rooted in my word, and live with a grateful heart. These are the 3 pillars by which you will step into the new season with strength, wisdom, and holiness. I am with you not only today, but every moment of your life's journey. I will not abandon you, and I will complete all that I have begun. So do not fear. Do not delay. Do not grow weary. Walk forward by faith, in my word, with gratitude, and you will see my hand move powerfully in your life. My precious child, in this moment, I am calling you into a deeper dimension of relationship with me, not through worn-out rituals, not through lifeless memorized words, but through a living, sincere, and stronger than ever communion. My child, make your prayer life the center of every day, every moment. For prayer is the invisible yet powerful lifeline that connects your soul to my heart. Prayer is not a burden, nor is it a duty. It is a privilege, a sacred privilege not all have come to value. I long to hear your voice every morning, to walk with you through every small decision, and to receive your most honest thoughts, whether they are joyful or torn. Do not wait until you are weary to seek me. Do not pray only when your heart is full of longing for answers. Speak with me in the morning before the sun rises, so you begin the day not in anxiety, but in my peaceful presence. Talk to me as the evening falls, so you can return to me all the burdens and thoughts you've carried throughout the day. And even in the briefest moments between tasks, whisper my name for you. Never know how a single whisper from you can move my heart and open a heavenly stream of life into yours. I do not need eloquence from you. I need honesty. Pour out your worries, your pain, your confusion, even the things you haven't dared tell anyone. Offer them up to me. For in me, there is no judgment, no reproach, only gentle arms, loving eyes, and a heart that understands. When you pray, you are not speaking into the void. You are in conversation with the one who created you, who understands even what you cannot express. And the more you talk with me, the more your soul will be filled with wisdom to discern, strength to endure, and peace that surpasses all understanding. But my child, it is not only your life of prayer that needs to be nourished. Your relationships must also be reconsidered. For not everyone is meant to walk with you through every season. There are people I placed in your life for just a time to teach you a lesson, to strengthen you in your weakness, or even to test your faithfulness. But when that season has passed, you must learn to let go, Do not cling to what I am calling you to release. Do not hold on to relationships that no longer bring life simply because they are familiar. There are people you must love from a distance, and connections that you must end in peace, because I am preparing something new for you, a new journey, a new calling, and a new community. You cannot enter a season of breakthrough while dragging along relationships that hold you back. You cannot soar if you are surrounded by those who keep binding you to the past. Therefore, seek those who share your vision, those who love me, who revere my word, and who have the faith to see what I am doing in you. They will not envy your elevation, nor remain silent when you stray, but will uplift, remind, and encourage you at the right time. Let yourself be surrounded by those who speak words of life, words soaked in my word, with the power to revive your weary heart, with the sincerity to tell you what you need to hear, not just what you want to hear. On the path ahead, you will face many crossroads, many voices, and many choices. But if your life is anchored in prayer, if your heart is filled with my word, and if you are surrounded by those who walk in the light, then you will not lose your way. Even when the road is rough, you will have the strength to move forward. Even when you feel like collapsing, there will be someone to take your hand and remind you, I am doing something good, and I will never abandon you. My beloved child, this is the season where I am enlarging your vision, where I am raising you to a deeper place. But to step into it, you must focus on my voice, on my presence, on my word, and on relationships that come from me. What is old may feel comfortable, but what is new will bring life. The old whispers may sound sweet, but only my voice will lead you into truth. The ones from the past may have helped you, but not everyone is meant to walk with you into your destiny. So be decisive about what you must leave behind, and open your heart to receive what I am preparing. I am always here, waiting for you in silence, in your clumsy prayers, in the call of your heart that no one else hears. I listen even to your weary breaths and understand the words you cannot yet say. As long as you draw near to me, I will draw near to you. And when you cling to me in an intimate bond, you will no longer feel lost in the world, for you will know that you are loved, guided, and covered by my unchanging faithfulness. So, my beloved child, pray without ceasing. Choose your companions with wisdom, and anchor your soul to me, the source of life. From that place, everything you need, wisdom, strength, peace, and direction will flow in abundance and never run dry. And you will see, there is nothing more beautiful than living in full communion with me amidst a world that constantly changes. My precious child, as you stand at the threshold of a new season, where the past seems to fade and the future remains unclear, I want to whisper into your heart something more important than any advice. Carry hope like a banner. Let hope become your emblem, your living declaration that you do not belong to despair, nor to darkness, nor to the hopeless whispers of the world. You belong to the light. You belong to the hope anchored in me, the one who never changes, who always fulfills every promise. Hope, my child, is not a mirage for the dreamers. True hope is not fragile like mist, but a solid foundation upon which you can stand, even when everything around you crumbles. It is the unwavering confidence that I am who I said I am: faithful, loving, powerful, and never failing in my word. Hope will carry you when the journey feels endless, when your feet grow tired, when your heart bears burdens no one else understands. In the times when you find yourself lost in a desert, the hope is the reminder that living water still flows beneath the dry ground. In nights so dark they seem without escape, hope is the small but unextinguished flame that lights your path until the radiant dawn appears. I know you have gone through hard seasons. There have been days when your prayers felt like smoke scattered by the wind. There were nights when you placed your hand over your heart and asked, "God, are you still there?" And in all those moments when you were at your weakest, when you had no more words and only tears remained, it was then that I was closest to you. I never left, never stayed silent out of indifference, but was working quietly to prepare something greater than you can yet imagine. I saw every tear. I counted every sigh, and I have stored them all in the eternal memory of my love for you. So as you prepare to enter this new season, a new timeline, a new dimension, where I am unfolding things never seen before, go with hope as your banner flying high. Do not let fear blur your vision. Do not let the unknown steal your trust in what I have spoken. Remember, you are not alone. I am not only the one who guides you from afar, but the one walking with you, step by step, moment by moment. I am not waiting at the end of the road for you to arrive. I am beside you, holding you when you're weary, and lifting you every time you fall. My angels surround you like an invisible shield the enemy cannot penetrate. My spirit dwells within you, whispering, reminding, comforting, and illuminating. My love for you does not shift with circumstances, nor fade like human emotions, but is an everlasting love, unshakable, unbreakable, untouched by shadow or situation. That love is the strength that will hold you firm when everything else may change. Write my words upon your heart, my beloved child. Do not let them be fleeting memories. Meditate on them as one who searches for gold within stone, for each word from me is life, is power, is light. Let them become your compass, the guiding star of your every step. So even when you walk where no one has gone before, you will know you are not lost. I am calling you into a sacred journey, not an easy path, but a glorious one. There, I will reveal myself to you more deeply. There, you will see my presence in the smallest of details. Even in what once seemed ordinary, you are just one day away. One day for hope to bloom. One day for the promise to begin unfolding. One day for darkness to retreat before my light. Do not judge the future by the temporary silence of the present. Do not let your heart be shaken by what your eyes see. Let faith lead the way, and hope lift your steps. You are not waiting in vain, you are waiting with certainty. Certainty that I, the one who loves you without limit, am working, arranging, and preparing something better than you ever dared to ask for. My beloved child, in a world full of change, to be the one who carries my banner of hope. When others doubt, believe. When others faint, stand firm. When the world groans, sing the song of life. For you do not live for yourself alone. You are called to reflect my glory, to be light in darkness, to be hope in despair. And as you carry the fire of hope within you, those around you will be warmed, illuminated, and awakened. Trust in me, my child. Watch for what I will do, and you will see not a single promise of mine will fall to the ground in vain. Not one dream I have sown into your heart is accidental. Not one dry season will go without bearing fruit. You will know that I am the faithful one, and then the hope you carry will become the living testimony to the world that there is a God who lives, who loves, and who fulfills all things in wonder. My beloved child, Today, as you draw near to me with an open heart, I behold you not only with the eyes of a creator, but with the heart of a loving Father. I see the gratitude overflowing within you, the reverence that radiates from your soul, and the trembling awe that rises like fragrant incense before my throne. You have not come empty-handed, but with a heart that has been molded in the fire of trials, in the winds of affliction, and in the waters of perseverance. And I cherish every moment of that journey, every step you take toward me, every word of praise uttered through tears, every expression of thanksgiving lifted from the depths of your soul. Yes, it is I, your Creator, I who knit you together in your mother's womb, who called you by name among countless souls, who designed your life not with hurried strokes, but with care, with love, and in perfect intention. You are not a coincidence. Your life is not a mistake. You are a part of an eternal plan that I set in motion from the foundation of the world. I am the one who upheld you when you had no strength to stand, who embraced you in moments when no one else could understand the breaking within you. I am the one who provides not just daily bread or outward peace, but the deep wellspring of life, the ever-flowing stream in the desert of the soul, the wholeness that exists even in a fractured world. My child, I know there have been days when you awakened with a heavy heart, seasons when it felt like everything was crumbling, when those you trusted turned away, when your dreams shattered in your hands, and all you had left was a fragile thread of faith. But it was in those very moments, when the earth beneath you shook, that you chose not to let go of me. You stood not by your own strength, but because my unwavering love was holding you fast. You did not see it, but I was there in every second, not as a distant observer, but as the one sitting beside you, wiping your tears and whispering into your soul, "You are not alone," as in, how moved I am by your praise, not because I need the words, but because I know every word of gratitude you offer comes from a sincere heart, from a faith that has been tested and refined. When you exalt me for my sovereignty, you are declaring that no power on earth can surpass my wisdom. When you proclaim my boundless mercy, you are agreeing that I am still at work, even when you do not yet see the outcome. When you confess that there is none like me, you are opening your heart for me to reveal myself in nearness, in power, and in love. Beloved child, always remember this: I am the one who stands above all things, above circumstances, above sickness, above failure, above fear, and even above what your mind cannot comprehend. Yet at the same time, I am the one who is closer than your next breath, nearer than the beat of your heart. I am not a distant king on a lofty throne, but the Father who stoops down to walk each step with you, and in me, in my love, in my presence, in my promises and my purposes. All things are being woven together. Even the broken pieces are not discarded. Even what seems meaningless is being placed into a greater tapestry of grace. You may not understand it all right now. You may still carry questions without answers. But I urge you, do not stop drawing near to me. Do not stop thanking me for what is already clear and for what is still unfolding. Do not stop praising me. For that very praise is the key that opens new doors, places where you will witness my hand moving more wondrously than you have ever imagined. I rejoice to see that you are grateful not only for the great things, but also for the small, often overlooked blessings: a ray of sunlight, a peaceful day, a faithful companion, a timely word of encouragement. It is this heart of gratitude that softens your spirit, shields your heart from bitterness, and enables you to view everything through the lens of life, rather than loss. My beloved, keep walking in that spirit, the spirit of praise, thanksgiving, and reverence. Let your words reflect your heart, and let your heart always turn toward me as the sunflower turns toward the sun. For when you praise me, you are standing within the circle of life itself, where my love, my wisdom, my protection, and my presence surround you like unshakable walls. And then you will see it is not because you are strong that you stand firm, but because you have rooted yourself in the one who cannot be moved. It is not because you are wise that you know the way, but because you have clung to the one who is the way, the truth, and the life. It is not because you are worthy that you receive, but because I in my mercy have delighted to give. Continue to praise me. My child, continue to give thanks, even if only a small reason remains to believe. For from that very small seed of trust, I will grow a vast field of grace, and there you will reap not just life but abundant, overflowing, and everlasting life in me. My beloved child, today, as you stand before me with a trembling heart, just one day away from stepping into a new chapter of your life, I see in you not only a soul awaiting something new, but a heart approaching the sacred threshold I have ordained for you since before the foundation of the world. I know you sense that something great, something far beyond your understanding and imagination, is drawing near. This anticipation does not come from ordinary excitement, but from a divine stirring deep within your spirit, because your soul is beginning to hear the echo of heaven as it opens a new path made just for you. My beloved, this moment is not a coincidence. It is not merely the passing of time, nor simply a new page in the book of your life. It is an eternal shift, a divine turning point that my hand has marked upon the path of your journey. Every moment of your past, through peaceful seasons and fierce storms alike, has been preparing you for this very hour. Nothing has been wasted. Not a single tear has fallen without my collecting it. Not a single prayer has been uttered without my hearing it. And now, as you feel the weight of this moment, it is because your soul is touching something sacred, a transformation that carries the breath of heaven. My child, I know your heart is both thrilled and anxious. There are parts of you that rejoice at the promise of something new, yet other parts that still tremble with fear before the unseen. Do not be afraid. My beloved, I have not brought you to the threshold only to abandon you. I am the one who has led you this far. Would I not continue to take your hand and walk you into what lies ahead? What I am about to do in you will not be built on your own strength, but upon my grace. You do not need to be perfect to enter this new season. You only need to obey, to believe, and to hold tightly to my hand. This is a sacred threshold not because it is magnificent or easy, but because it has been marked by my presence. You will not walk alone. I will go before you to prepare the way. I will walk beside you to uphold you, and I will follow behind to guard you. I am the beginning and the end, the first and the last. All that you are facing is held within my arms, and nothing can stop the good plans I have destined for you. You are stepping into something new not because you have earned it, but because I desire to give it. This is the reward for your faithfulness in past seasons. This is the answer to your quiet prayers, to the nights you wept in silence, to the days you chose to stand firm in faith, even when nothing seemed to change. Every step you have taken has meaning. Every scar within you will become a testimony of my healing power, and every failure you have endured will become the foundation for the unshakable things I will now begin to build. My beloved, lift your eyes and behold, the horizon is unfolding. a new light is breaking forth. I do not promise that the road ahead will be free of trials, but I promise that nothing will ever separate you from my love. Let your heart be filled with the wisdom that comes from me, not the wisdom of this world, but the understanding that flows from eternal life, the clarity forged in love and truth. Let my strength be perfected in your weakness. When you do not know what to say, I will be the words upon your lips. When you do not know which way to turn, I will be the light at your feet. And my child, in this moment of transition, do not forget to keep your heart tender. Let humility lead you, for it is when you bow low that I lift you up. Let gratitude be your daily breath, for thankfulness unlocks miraculous doors. Let love be the motive behind every action, for love is the greatest mark of my presence on your life. And above all, walk by faith, not because you have seen everything in advance, but because you know the one who leads you is forever faithful. Only one day remains. My child, one day it may seem short, but it is the bridge between a completed season and a promised new one. I encourage you, do not look at what you lack, but look at the one you have. In me, you have everything you need to live, to move, and to thrive. In me, you have peace that surpasses understanding. In me, you have protection, preparation, and unshakable strength. So be strong and courageous. Step into the new chapter with a heart wide open, with eyes shining with hope, and with feet that walk boldly in faith. You are not walking alone. You are not abandoned. I am waiting for you on the other side of this threshold, not just to welcome you, but to write with you the next radiant, glorious, and triumphant chapter of a life led by the Father. Believe, my child, and watch for the wonders I will do. For this is your hour, this is your season, and this is the moment in which I will reveal my everlasting faithfulness in your very life. My beloved child, I hear every word you speak, every declaration that rises from the depths of your faithful heart, and I rejoice to see your faith igniting like a flame in the midst of darkness. When you choose to enter this new season not by relying on what you see or hear, but by faith in my word, you are taking hold of the key that unlocks the door to things far beyond anything you've ever known. You are responding to my call, a call to step into a new land, no longer bound by logic, circumstances, or personal limitations, but governed by my divine power and eternal faithfulness. My child, I am not calling you to a shallow faith, not a faith that stands only when life is favorable. I am inviting you into a deeper faith, a mountain-moving faith, a faith that sees the impossible, believes the unseen, and lives as though every promise I have spoken is already reality. This is the kind of faith that does not waver in the storms of life, is not shaken by temporary silence, is not worn down by prolonged waiting. This is the kind of faith that splits the heavens, pushes back the sea, strengthens the weak, and causes death to bloom into life. You proclaim this in faith, and I hear you with joy, because when you speak what I have planted within your heart, you are partnering with heaven to call forth what is not as though it already is. You are living in the language of the kingdom, the language of life, of hope, and of miracles. I delight in this within you. My child, I delight in the boldness of a heart that, though weak, dares to lean wholly on the Almighty. I delight in the courage of a soul that chooses to believe even when emotions demand doubt. And I promise you, faith like this will not be forgotten, will not be in vain, and will not return empty. You are stepping into a season appointed by my hand, a season marked by supernatural movement. Each new day will not be just a passing of time, but a divinely designed phase through which I will display my glory in your life. Believe that I am not only the one who performed miracles in the past, but the one who still performs miracles today. I am not only the one who once made a way where there was none, but I am the one who, even now, is creating paths in the places within you that once felt hopeless. And my child, the greatest miracle I am about to do is not just around you, but within your very soul. I am forming in you a faith that does not fade, a trust that has no conditions, a love that knows no bounds. When you say, I believe you can do exceedingly beyond all I ask or imagine, you are giving me wide open space to do wonders beyond every limit of your mind. I have placed within you the seed of power. It is my very spirit, at work in you, stirring, guiding, and renewing you day by day. You are not stepping into the new season empty-handed. You are not walking in darkness. You carry within you a treasure faith in the one who never changes. And when you live by faith, you walk in the footsteps of the saints, those who saw seas part, valls fall, the dead rise, and nations delivered. So too are you called to step into the symphony of the miraculous, not because you are worthy, but because I love you, not because you are perfect, but because I ordained this for you before the dawn of time. My beloved, do not let the whispers of doubt cloud the faith in your heart. When darkness comes, when promises seem delayed, when you feel nothing, those are the very moments when your faith shines the brightest. Believe with eyes closed. Stand firm with heart steady. Walk forward without needing to see. For every step you take in faith brings you closer to the fulfillment of my word. You are not only stepping into a season of miracles, you are the miracle I am performing in this world, a soul living by faith, unbound by what is temporary, but driven by what is eternal. Watch closely, my child. Wait with hope. Believe in silence. Declare with living words. And walk as if every promise I have spoken is already true. Because soon, what eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, and hearts have not imagined, I will unveil through your very life. I will cause the desert to blossom. I will turn the small into the great. I will transform your tears into streams of life. And it will all come to pass, not by your strength, but by my power working in you. Therefore, my beloved child, continue to proclaim, continue to believe, continue to walk. Do not wait to see before you believe. Believe, and you will see. For I am the faithful one, and I will fulfill every word I have spoken. This new season, your season, will overflow with miracles, because you have chosen to walk by faith, and where there is living faith, there my hand moves with might. I love you, and together we are writing an unstoppable chapter, a chapter of faith, of miracles, and of eternal glory. My beloved child, I see clearly every movement within your heart, the struggles, the hesitation, the silent wrestling as you stand before the threshold of transformation. I know that what I am asking you to do is not easy, for letting go is always a journey filled with challenge. It is not simply a matter of releasing something outwardly, but a deep severing within the memories, the emotions, the attachments, and even the hopes once placed in things that no longer align with the purpose I've destined for you. But my child, do not fear. Letting go is not loss when you do it, in my light and under my guidance. Letting go is an act of faith, It is when you dare to believe that I know better than you what is truly best for you. I never ask you to leave something behind unless I have something greater ahead. The things I ask you to release are not punishments. They are a liberation to free you, to lighten your soul, to unburden your hands from clinging to the past so they can open wide to receive the new gifts I am about to give. My beloved, there are relationships that, though once a source of warmth, were only meant for a season. There are places that, though once safe havens, are no longer destinations on the road ahead. There are habits, thoughts, or choices that once helped you survive, but now hinder your growth. All these things, when they no longer walk in alignment with the sacred purpose I have established, will become burdens if you try to hold on. And I know, what makes you hesitate is not that you do not trust me, but that you fear that in letting go, you will feel empty, alone, lost. But trust me, my child, the moment you dare to release your grip on what is old is the moment I can fill your life with new things, pure, timely, and full of life. I never leave you stranded in a void of uncertainty. I am always preparing a brighter sky behind every door that is closed. What I need from you is courage, not the kind of courage that attempts great feats, but the courage to take a small step of obedience even when you cannot yet see the full picture. And that single small step will open a vast horizon I have long hidden for you. I know that discernment is not always clear. Sometimes, right and wrong do not appear in stark black and white, but are veiled in gray shades of emotion, memory, and longing. But do not worry. I am the one who gives light to the eyes of your spirit. If you seek wisdom, I will give it generously and without reproach. If you come to me and say, "Show me what to keep and what to let go," I will lead you step by step. I will gently incline your heart in the right direction and grant you peace that surpasses all understanding in the process of choosing. Do not fear the past, my beloved child. What is past, if it was from me, has fulfilled its purpose, and now you can lay it down with gratitude. If it was not from me, then letting go of it will only bring you closer to true freedom. Look back on the path you have traveled. How many times did you think you could not make it through, and yet I was there, holding your hand, leading you to a place that was safer, brighter, and more peaceful. It will be the same this time, and every time that follows. I do not change, and my love for you is unshakable. You do not have to carry the burden alone. When your heart aches, when your tears fall because you must say goodbye to something once dear, come to me. Lean your head upon my chest. Let your heart find rest in my gentleness. I do not require you to be unbreakably strong. I only desire your honesty, that you are willing for me to do the work of transformation, cleansing, and renewal. And I promise you, every single thing you offer, me, even the smallest, will be treasured, preserved, and replaced with something infinitely more precious. Step into this new season with a heart made light by the release of what no longer belongs to you. Hold gratitude for the past, for it shaped you. It matured you, and it brought you here. But do not let the past define you. Do not let what was hinder what is coming. You are a new creation. Every day you rise in me is a new day, with new opportunities, new purpose, and new grace. So, my child, be bold and let go. Walk forward in trust. Allow me to renew your mind, expand your vision, and lead you to the place where goodness, completeness, and delight await in my will. I have made all preparations, and the time is near. The only thing missing is your readiness to say, Father, I believe. I am willing to release what was, to receive what you have appointed. And when you do that, you will see this new season is not just another chapter in life. It is a sacred transition, a journey drawing you nearer to my heart, a living testimony to the world that you are, mine belonging to the one who always holds something better ahead for you. My beloved child, today I see you standing at a holy intersection, a point where past and future meet, where what was has fallen away and what is new begins to bloom. I see you open your heart wide, proclaiming in faith that you are ready, and this readiness does not come from fleeting emotion or personal effort, but from a long journey, one in which you learned to trust me through the haze of uncertainty, where you cultivated steadfastness through trials and tears. I was there, every step, watching, upholding, wiping away silent tears, and strengthening you when your feet grew weary. And now, as you rise and declare before me and all of heaven that you are ready for a new season, my heart overflows with joy and indescribable love. My dear one, you cannot imagine the wonders I have prepared for you in this new dimension. This is not merely a new chapter in time, it is the unveiling of a deeper layer in our relationship. This is where your faith will no longer be mere declarations, but the living breath guiding each of your steps. This is the moment you will walk not by what you see, but by the deep assurance in your heart that I am faithful, that I never break a promise, that my word always has the power to become reality. I never call you into anything that does not draw you closer to my heart or reshape you more into my likeness. And when you say you will walk in courage, I understand that this is not a courage you manufactured, but one forged in every moment you chose to trust amid fear. Every time you stood firm while the storm raged, that courage was built in your quiet prayers instead of complaints, in your choice to forgive instead of harbor bitterness, in your hope instead of despair. Do you not know that each small act of faith you made in secret was a stone I used to build the foundation for this new season? And now, that foundation is firm, so that you can rise with full expectation that what I have promised I will do. Hold on to that expectation. My child, let it be the fire that warms you in silent days, in seasons when fruit is not yet visible, for I am never late, I am always on time. And this moment is the very moment I am opening the door, so that you are no longer bound by old limitations, small thoughts, or fears that once restrained you. You are invited into a new space where your faith will reach the impossible, where my love surrounds you like the air you breathe, and where my presence will be the light that guides your every step. Oh, my child, how deeply moved I am to hear you say you trust me. That trust is the most precious thing I desire to find in your heart, because when you believe, you make way for miracles. When you believe, you allow me to act without being hindered by doubt. When you believe, your heart beats in rhythm with heaven, and in that faith, I will reveal to you things beyond understanding, things eyes have not seen, ears have not heard, and hearts have not imagined, but I have already prepared for you, because you, my beloved, are always within my good plan. You have said that you believe what I have for you is better than anything left behind, and I affirm that what is past may have been a blessing, a challenge, or a lesson, but all have fulfilled their role. Now, I want you to move forward in freedom, not weighed down by the past, not looking back with regret, but stepping into the present with eyes lifted to heaven. I never lead you backward, I only lead you forward. and you will see that the good things you left behind are nothing compared to the glory that is coming. And when you seal this prayer with all the faith in your heart, I hear it. Not a single whisper of yours goes unheard. Not a single longing escapes. My understanding, I not only hear, I act. When you lift your prayer, heaven moves. When you trust completely, the door of grace opens. When you walk by faith, every opposing force must retreat, for you do not walk alone, you walk under my covering. In the authority of the one who made the heavens and the earth and loves you with unchanging love. Keep believing. My beloved, keep this declaration as a song in your heart. Each day, repeat it with joy and hope. Father, I am ready, for it is when you are ready that I will make the way. It is when you believe that miracles will come. And it is when you walk forward that I will walk with you every step, every moment, every breath, because you are my child and everything I have. I am ready to give you in this new season. Amen. As a child of God, He is always beside you in every moment, always reminding you to live in faith and in His unfailing love. Follow and turn on notifications so you won't miss any word. I speak from the heavens. Amen.